Oh, mama. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Herbert, Bucky Irving, Slick Rick, and of course, Khalil Shakir. All in our first deal here, Gabe. 12 team, we'll call it start 10, 1.5 tight end premium. Where does your heart go for this deal, my friend?
I got two words for you, Ty. Who day? Give me those Bengals.
Uday, let's talk about it.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Hey, welcome on in. I'm Ty at Ty Declare 44. I'm joined by my man Gabe at IGabe_FF, and this is the All Gas Trade Show. Let's go, people. Welcome on in. Happy Saturday. We are here for another one, bringing you the deals from the DDFFB community. Gabe, we got a lot of deals to talk about today, but I just want to know, my friend, how are you doing?
I am doing great, my friend. Doing great. Just got some good news on the house. Got to go tour a couple houses. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a busy Saturday. To say the least.
I know that people are invested in Gabe's house swap, so you have to check the comments on YouTube. I'm sure Gabe will live tweet his house experience this weekend. But if you want more, you want to hit up Gabe on the arm somewhere else, hit up the Discord, baby. Head on over to DDFFB, DDFantasyfootball.com. Use the codes in the link or the links in the description below. And you get you in the Discord, 50% off your first month. And you get a free roster review on the arm from me and Gabe if you sign up. So use those links below. Patreon.com/allgas still works. And of course, Underdog, use code ALLGAS. You get your special pick and up to 1,000 in bonus cash. And Gabe, if they want their trades on this show, get in the Discord, go under the hashtag Trade Show Trades channel, drop it in there, give us your contacts. We're going to hit as many as we can. After this show, make sure you stick around. Check out what's happening on the channel at DDFFB. We got I think we have that Saturday Night Mailbag happening possibly maybe this week. I'm assuming. Really one of my favorite new shows in the lineup for DDFFB. You got Brandon, you got Shane. I'm sure there's going to be some extra guests. I heard possible Josh McAtee hopping on the channel, so make sure you're tuned in for that. The first Dynasty deal show dropped yesterday, so that's sweet. I don't know. Hey, if you weren't there live, you're not a member, that's fine. You get it next week. You got to watch the ads. You can't be there live. You can't use the sweatpants emoji, but at least you get that good. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But if not, make sure you become a member, man. You get emojis, you get fun little colors and all that, and you get these things free, early, and no ads. None of that stuff. So, Gabe, make sure you tune into everything, but you know what's happening here, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about this big boy deal. So, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, you said who dat, or who day, and I agree.
Who day.
I say who dat something else, but who day? We got Burrow, we got Higgins. I feel like I'm one of the main people that are high on TJ Hawkinson this year. Like I want to bet on the Vikings offense, but on the other side you got Herbert, you got Shakir, you got Bucky Irving, you got Slick Rick. I mean, I'm sure we have to cross some things off, but talk me through where your mind went when you saw this deal.
Man, well, immediately when I kind of saw this deal, I went to Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, right? Obviously, the two best assets in the deal from a quarterback perspective and just in general. I'm going to take Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert 1-for-1. I mean, I think it's close. I don't think it's close enough to cross them off per se, but I think they are pretty close, right? So for me, and then going, man, and getting T. Higgins. So I wanted to ask you a question, right? Just so we could start the process of crossing things off. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Justin Herbert, and Bucky Irving.
Yeah. Hey, checked out the Dynasty deal show last night. Someone was asking about sending 2 firsts for Bucky Irving. So people do like their Bucky.
People love him. People love him.
I'm not too first in love. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I want Burrow over Herbert. I'm Irving, Higgins. Sure. I guess I'll lean Irving. So I think that's a fair cross off. Yeah. Burrow, Higgins, Herbert, Irving. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I went to. I think, obviously, I want Burrow over Herbert. I want Bucky over T, though. And to your point, man, people love themselves some Bucky right now. People love themselves some Bucky. So then that just kind of leaves us with TJ Hawkinson for Khalil Shakir and Ricky Pearsall. And you mentioned it right at the beginning of the show. TJ Hawkinson, man, he's a guy that I want to bet on this year. He's definitely a tight end that I want to bet on. I think he's one that can kind of continue to hit those upper threshold numbers for us. And having JJ McCarthy now at the helm, typically when you look at things holistically, quarterbacks like to target the tight end position, especially in their early years, right? Because it's just a nice, quick, easy dump offs that they can just throw to the tight end position. And that's usually the guys that I want to bet on. And so, yeah, man, I like TJ Hawkinson, and I'm okay to send away TJ Hawkinson for a Khalil Shakir, who knows? I mean, I'm not overly crazy about him. He had a good year last year, and then he had a couple injuries, and then Ricky Pearsall again. Maybe I'm off my skis, but I'm just not the biggest Ricky Pearsall fan in the grand scheme of things. So I'll lean TJ Hawkinson, but I could see why somebody else would want Khalil Shakir and Ricky Pearsall.
Does the 1.5 tight end premium sway you at all one way on how you feel on Hawkinson in this deal? Because I mean, yeah, like I personally want Hawkinson over Pearsall straight up. I want him over Shakir straight up, but a PPR format, I assume, right? 1.5 tight end premium total. Does the format play into that at all for you?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Is the start 10. So, week to week, I have confidence starting Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Justin Herbert, and Bucky Irving week to week. But if I had to make a bet, I would want it to be on TJ Hawkinson, given the format, and even with the 0.5 tight end premium or 1.5 tight end premium total, like it's just, for me, Hawkinson is one of the guys that I don't know necessarily that he can hit, McBride and Bowers thresholds, but I think he could be very, very good, and he could distinguish himself and be a pretty big gap between him and the next tight ends, right? And so from a performance aspect, I think you do get a guy who, man, he could be a difference maker at that tight end position, and that's something that I'm willing to bet on.
Yeah. TJ Hawkinson entering his 28-year season. So he was 27, turning 28 in July. So coming off his knee injury, he's going to be at least a full year removed from that. Remember how late in the season he got hurt? And was it 2020, 2023? When he blew out that knee. He was looking good before then too. He got traded to the Vikings. He was red zone monster. And again, I just kind of want to bet on that situation, right? Like we're in a startup together, the old AGTS co-owned team, and we took a stab on Hawkinson pretty early in there. Yep. Like I said, I think Pearsall, Shakir, people are going to like him, but in a start 10, it's not exactly the guys I want to build my team around. If I can get up to a Higgins, if I can figure out my tight end spot and quote unquote upgrade at quarterback. I do think that the send side, the 4 side here, there is still upward mobility for pretty much all of them. Maybe not Bucky. Bucky's probably tapped out, is probably what his max will be. Unless, hey, if he comes out and looks real good, like, do you think he could ascend further? Like, maybe. But I mean, Joe Burrow, Higgins, Hawkinson, just give me that side.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and going back to what you were mentioning, right? So 2022, 2023, TJ Hawkinson was tight end 2 and then tight end 4. That's where he finished the year off. And then in 2024, obviously, he was out for a good bit of the year, and then obviously slowly getting back acclimated. But even in that stretch, man, he still had 3 games where he finished as the tight end 5 or better. So again, just going back to that, man, he's just a guy that I think will and continue to ascend in this Minnesota offense. So yeah, no, I think everything you mentioned is valid as far as ascension goes and everything too. So I think it's a good deal either way, depending on what your team needs, but I'm going to lean Burrow and Higgins.
It's a good deal to get us started soft. Thanks Kujveri for this one. Yeah, I'll lean the side that you got. So that's always a good way to start it off.
Oh yeah.
All right, milk was a bad choice. Brings us our next deals here. And Gabe, we're going to see a bit of a theme here for the middle of the show. It's the subsequent deals. So a lot of these are going to have a second deal that follows up. So we're going to have to figure out here, is it, hey, good work, the art of the subsequent deal, or is it a put the damn phone down, you done too much. So we'll work through these ones. But milk was a bad choice. 14 teams, start 12, super flex, 2.0 tight end premium, a deep league. Okay.
Yep.
On one side of this deal, we got Trey Harris, a 2027 first and the 2027 second of the team that is trading with Old Milk was a bad choice here. And he sends away Adam Thielen, that man, TJ Hawkinson, a second and a third. 2.0 tight end premium, Gabe. I want to know, because let's just transition the Hawkinson conversation now. 2.0. What are you paying as a buy now price for Hawkinson, if you could put a number on it? And how does this deal break down? We got some seconds being tossed around from different years, a third, Adam Thielen, a Trey Harris. How do you feel?
I mean, I'll tell you, I think with a 2.0 tight end premium in a 14-team league, tight end's scarce, man. And it's the good ones that you want. I'm okay. I would happily send a 27 first and a 27 second for TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
So for me, and again, I think that's probably as close as to square as you're going to get. I don't think anybody's going to be paying you 2 firsts. I don't think anybody will pay a first and 2 seconds, but I think a first and second is probably pretty appropriate for TJ Hawkinson at this point, with knowing that you might be able to get more later on down the line with your investment, depending on how he performs in season. So, go ahead.
I was, especially if you kick that out to 27, like,
Oh yeah.
you can pay that out, but
Yeah.
like we're kind of in this situation now where we sent away our 26 first in one of these leagues, and it does light a fire under you, right? So I don't love sending away my future picks, but if I can make a bet, and if TJ Hawkinson is my tight end 1, yes, I ain't making this deal if Hawkinson's my tight end 2 or 3
Correct.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So
No.
let's go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and so what I was going to mention is right now, and I don't know that we've really talked a lot about Trey Harris just in general, like in all the trade shows that we've had since the NFL draft. But are you wanting to re-roll if you're in that 2-6 range, which is currently where his ADP is going?
Like re-roll, I mean, like kick it out to like
26? Kick it out to 26, or are you willing to just take the gamble on Trey Harris? Like, where are you kind of at with that?
I mean, I think it depends on the league. In a 14 by 12 team, like, that's where I want to take that bet, because I can actually find the way to use someone like that. In a shallower league, I'll probably want to kick that out and just keep the second. But I think here, especially in a 14 by 12, like I said, 14, I don't think it makes it all the way to 2-6 and a 14. But yeah, I think I'd want to take the bet on Trey Harris in this format. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and I think I'm right there. Right. So I think Trey Harris is definitely a guy that I'm excited about. I think he could be a very complementary weapon to Ladd McConkey. And so again, Justin Herbert needed more people to throw the ball to. So I'm definitely excited. Now they get Hampton over there too. So I think LAC is going to be really good this year. I think they're going to be a pretty good offense. But going back to that, so right now Trey Harris is going currently at 206. And so are you paying a 26, a second, third, and Adam Thielen for Trey Harris? I don't think you are.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I think there's a good reality where Adam Thielen outproduces Trey Harris in 2025. As long as Thielen is on the field, I'm just going to assume he's going to do Thielen things. Second, third, and Thielen, I am taking that over Trey Harris.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you, man. I think I'm right there with you. Obviously, Tet will slide in as probably the one, but Adam Thielen is definitely going to be getting some looks, and he's had a couple of good past couple years, man. I mean, we've been talking about how old he is, and he just continues to go out there and just perform. So I'm right there with you.
Now let's talk about this a little quick. So again, we play in a lot of like pretty heavy tight end premium leagues, and even in those ones, like it's hard for people to kind of put the oomph behind tight end, because there's so few ones that we know are elite, and then you can kind of backfill, and especially in these deeper formats, like you can find a way into tight end starts and almost fade it if you want to. So maybe let's say that someone would only be willing to send the 27 first straight up for Hawkinson. That's it. You're not getting the second tacked on. Would Trey Harris and a 27 second make any difference there, and a Thielen, a 26 second, and a 26 third for you?
No, I mean, and I'll say it because I want the 26 second over a 27 second, right? Obviously, just from a year perspective, like I'm going to want the 26 over the 27. And then that would leave me essentially with a third in Adam Thielen and a little bit of juice from the second for Trey Harris, which we've already mentioned. Once August and September, man, come around, you want the guys who are going to start scoring points for you, right? Especially if your team is one of those teams that's ready to go. And you already talked about it, but there's a realistic possibility that Adam Thielen, especially right out the gate, is going to be outproducing Trey Harris. So, and you get a third, man, just to kind of be a little bit more flexible if you need anything. So, no, I would be willing to take the bet on the 26 second, the 26 third, and Adam Thielen, even in that context.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking at the deal, right? I think Harris, the first and the second, that's the side where value can ascend, right?
Correct.
So if you're taking
100%.
like a longer term approach, if you're taking a volume trading approach, I can definitely see the Harris first and second. I think, yeah, if this is the deal we have to put in our lineups and that's it, that's all, I want the Thielen Hawkinson second and third side myself. But again, there was two big deals here. So sent away Hawkinson, and now we got ourselves, okay, we have, where's here? Bang. Okay, so we sent away Trey Harris, okay? He already has McBride, so we cashed out on Hawk and then went all in on this next deal. So Trey Harris, There's that 27 first and 27 second in that first deal. Another 27 first, another 27 first belonging to Milk was a bad choice, and a 26 second. So 3 27 first, Trey Harris, and a 26 second and a 27 second. 4 Drake May, Bucky Irving, Devontae Smith, and that newly re-signed Rashad Bateman. 14 by 12, man. That's a lot of picks. That's a Trey Harris. But again, you're basically taking everything from this first deal and packing it into this deal to get into Drake May, Bucky Irving, Devontae Smith, and Bateman. Wow. How do you feel here?
This is a deal where Thor redeemed himself, man. I mean, again, the other deal was not bad, but this one is just fantastic. Fantastic for him. So there's 3 firsts being moved around, right? Which obviously is always a little scary. But I can tell you right now, Ty, there's 3 guys on the other side that he's receiving that are worth more than just a single first.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, automatically, all eyes go to Drake May. In a 14 team, guess what shoots up in value? Quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. 2 firsts for Drake May, Ty? Are you selling your Drake May for 2 firsts?
Not in a 14 teamer, no, sir.
That's what I was thinking, man. I don't think I would do that either. But let's just say, for the sake of the exercise, 2 firsts and a second.
Sure. For the sake of the exercise, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Because at a 14 by 12, I can at least say I can probably make use of some of that stuff and really fill out my lineup better. So sure. For the sake of the argument, sure.
People love themselves some Drake May, and people are excited for New England. So yeah, I think 2 firsts and a second is probably appropriate enough. I'll tell you what's not appropriate enough. A single first for Bucky Irving is not appropriate. So a first and a second, Ty, for Bucky?
Nope.
Probably not, right?
Nope.
So that means a Smitty for a Trey Harris and a Rashad Bateman just tossed in there as well.
Crazy.
And it's going to be Smitty, Rashad Bateman, Drake May, Bucky Irving every day, all day.
Man. Crazy. Yeah. I'm trying to put some things in place here and really figure out what was actually moved in this deal and how it all shook out. And it's basically, 2 firsts, a second, a third, maybe an extra second thrown in there. Hawkinson and Thielen for Smitty, Bucky, May, Bateman. Yeah. FBI, open up! Milk was a bad choice. Pick up your phone. Keep doing this because this is the art of the deal, man. Yeah, in that first deal, right? If you take even 90, 85% on the dollar of what maybe you could get, but you have a plan with what to do with that stuff, beautiful things can happen. So good work here, man. Anything else on this deal?
No, I think again, going back to it, man, Thor just absolutely smashed it. And he just casually has a Trey McBride, sitting in his tight end 1 spot. No big deal.
No biggie, right?
Yeah.
No biggie. All right, Billy, I had to break up this screenshot. It was literally it was 2 deals back to back in league chat. So it's pretty cool. So 12 team start 11 PPR Superflex 1.5 tight end premium. It's a 6-point passing touchdown. Okay. Our first deal here, Gabe. We're acquiring Jamison Williams for Christian Kirk in the 201. I just made a deal the other day with our boy Shane. Shout out to the Manic and Chill episode they were doing this week where Scott was reviewing Shane's rosters using Dynasty Daddy to look at the playoff calculator, how things are shaking out in the league and how he would approach it. One of the deals they recommend was Kyle Williams in a second for JMO. I had Kyle Williams in a second and a contender. He had JMO and a rebuilder. So we made a nice little switch. It worked out well. Here though, 201, Christian Kirk, JMO. I mean, let me ask you, 12 by 11, JMO in the 2-1. How close is that? And then does Christian Kirk get you across the line?
I think it just really depends on the type of bet and what your team needs, right? I mean, I think at the 201 position, if you need a quarterback or a tight end or a running back, then I could definitely see myself talking myself into that 201, right? Like if I want a Caleb Johnson, if I need a Jackson Dart, if I need a Colston Loveland, something along those lines, I could definitely talk myself into the 201. Now, I'll tell you this. If it's a wide receiver that I'm after, I want JMO over all the wide receivers there. I want JMO over Golden. I want JMO over, Trey Harris. I want JMO over Luther Burden, Jaden Higgins. You name it. At that 201, I'm gonna want JMO over all those wide receivers. So
No,
I think
we've seen Ibuka fall to 112 for sure. I've seen him at that 2-1. If Ibuka is there, is your tone the same? I know you love you some Ibuka. I know you do.
I do. But I still think I want to bet on JMO. It's close though. It's very, very close. And for the sake of the exercise, he doesn't normally fall to the 112.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't normally fall to the 112. So, yeah, I think, again, at the 201, depending on what the team needs, I would be okay to kind of pivot. Christian Kirk, I think I like Christian Kirk, man. I really do. Just seeing how Houston's draft played out, Houston's got a ton of wide receivers, man. A ton. And I think Christian Kirk could definitely be the number 2 and beat out a lot of the other rookies and everybody else there, except for Nico Collins. But I mean, there's still a lot of competition for sure in Houston. So this is a good one, man. I think you could kind of lean either way on this one, just depending on what your team needs. For me, I think I'm gonna lean Christian Kirk in the 201.
I'm gonna be there with you with Christian Kirk in the 2-1. Yeah, it's not anything really to do with JMO. I mean, again, does the offense in Detroit look the same as it has last year, where it actually did benefit JMO? I don't know. I think it probably will, and I think JMO showed, hey, I'm here. Like I can do this thing. So I'm not overly worried on JMO, but I'm looking at what I can do with that 201 or what's going to be available with that 201. And man, like even if it's like a Luther Burden, like whatever else I can do, like one of those tight ends will probably be there in a 1.5, right? Like I feel like I can do a lot with that 2-1. And Christian Kirk, I think he's a great early season bet. Yeah. Maybe it's Higgins or Noel end up taking over one of those spots as the year goes on. But I think early season we're going to see a heck of a lot of Nico Collins and Christian Kirk in that kind of like Tank Dell plus kind of role. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited there. I think I want Christian Kirk in the 2-1 for how I would usually play this. Again, 12 by 11, it's kind of like a fake deep format, right? Like and once I get to start 12, that's when I start to really benefit and try to lean into the depth piece of Dynasty. But 12 by 11, I usually want the better player in the deal, but I think here I can swallow the process deal. Give me Kirk in 2-1 over JMO.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, like I know JMO just eclipsed 1,000 yards this past year, but there's a realistic possibility where Christian Kirk, from a point scoring perspective, is neck and neck with JMO, like week to week.
Yeah, at least early season.
At least early, for sure.
Maybe I can make a subsequent deal with Kirk down the line if I can get a second if he's scoring 13 points a game out of the gate. If he can give me something like, again, that's probably high expectation, but if he can give me something like that,
even like 10, like
even 10,
yeah,
let's not get crazy, right? Yeah. But like if I can get a second out of him down the line, 201 in a second for JMO, sure,
yeah, fine. Absolutely.
Okay. If that was like a random second, if that's 205, 206, it's JMO all day. But the 201 of it all, that's what kind of sways me. But hey, Billy made another deal here. Again, a good first deal. And now this is just, I mean, come on.
Nasty work, man.
Come on, dude. 26 first for a 2.8, a 2.9, and a 3.10. I mean, Gabe.
What the hell?
Come on, man. Come on.
What this fails to tell you, though, is that Egbuka actually fell to the 208.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's what it fails to say in the exercise.
And if you look really closely, you see a $50 Cash App in there somewhere as well. I mean, Gabe, I don't think we got to spend a lot of time on this one, dude. The subsequent deal worked out for you here, Billy. Good work, dude.
Well done, guys. Going 1 for 1 over here, but making up for it on the next deal. I love it.
Definitely. The art of the subsequent deal, baby. Okay. Kookski. We got a 12-team start 12, real deep. There we go. 12 by 12, super flex, PPR. It's a start 2 tight end with a 2.0 tight end premium and a 0.15 point for first down. This is a format where you don't see tight ends moved like at all, man. Like tight ends start 2, come on. Coming out of a rebuild and a quarterback horde. Boy, we're sending away Josh Allen and the 110. We're getting Matt Stafford, Chuba Hubbard, and Trey McBride. Oh, mama. Gabe, we have some more context here. Okay, we'll go over that in a second, but I want your baseline thoughts here, man. We got Stafford, who I know you like Stafford. I know you like what Stafford can give you for 25. I know you like Trey McBride. I know I like Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
But that's a Josh Allen and a 110 on the other side too. So 12 by 12 Superflex PPR, start 2 tight ends 2.0. How do you break this thing down?
Hey, I agree. I like Matt Stafford and I love Trey McBride. But you know who I love even more?
The
That
110?
man. That man. Yeah, that man, Josh Allen. Man, talk about an interesting deal. And I know you mentioned that we have some more context, right? Again, I've mentioned it a couple times on the show, but a lot of the times Ty and I are usually seeing these deals for the first time and really evaluating them as we kind of are on the show with you guys. And so right off the bat, I love Trey McBride. And in this format, this is the type of guy that I want to bet on like tenfold. Like I am willing to pay the price, whatever the price is, because he's just a difference maker. Like in a league like this man has to be like a 104, 105, 106 type of range player right there with Brock Bowers. Like, again, they're all right there in this type of format for me in the start 2.0 tight end. And you just get a 0.15 for, points per first down too. Yeah. No big deal. No big deal. But dude, Josh Allen, man. Josh freaking Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Ty, your man, Chuba Hubbard. I know you don't want to pay a 110 for Chuba Hubbard.
But I might.
But you might.
I might, but
it's close.
It's not the first offer I'm sending.
Yeah. So, okay. Are we close enough though to cross that off?
Yes.
Okay. So 110 for Chuba Hubbard, which leaves Trey McBride and Matt Stafford for Josh Allen.
Man.
I mean, I'm going to take Josh Allen, but I can understand the other side. And I can sit here and talk myself into it. The longer I sit here and think about this, I can sit here and say like, okay, Stafford can maybe give me 65% of what's Josh Allen can give me week to week. And then Trey McBride could absolutely score very close to what Josh Allen can score, especially in this type of format.
Yeah. This is interesting, right? Because you're like, okay, Stafford's a quarterback. Josh Allen's a quarterback. Yes, I'm moving out of like the best quarterback, but I'm moving into this elite tight end tier that's unattainable. Again, no one moves a McBride unless it's in a deal like this. Like this is the deal it's going to take, right? So this is a good deal off the bat. So good work here, Kukski and Ethan Reif. So good stuff. Man, I would do anything for Trey McBride. I would do anything for Trey McBride. I would do anything for Trey McBride, but I don't think I'd do that.
Okay. That's not where I thought you were going with that.
With no context, right? No additional context.
Mm-hmm.
I think just Josh Allen is Josh Allen is Josh Allen. And I think in a 2.0 start 2 tight end format, again, there's different ways that I can approach that, right? If I have a Jonnu, if I have a Likely, and I have a JT Sanders, I feel fine. Like I'm not losing that tight end, right? So I feel like I can approach that a little differently. Stafford, he's a 1-year bet, man. And like, again, I'm going to bet that I can find packages like this for Josh Allen any point. 110, we know what that can be in a 2.0 start 2 tight end. Either the tight ends are there or something really nice probably falls to 110.
Yep.
Without going into context, I think on the surface, this is a great deal, but I'm going to take Josh Allen in the 110. Okay.
Yep.
Now, what I want to do here, I want to go to the second deal. Okay.
Okay.
So he moved that Stafford now. So move Stafford in the 302 for the 204. I think we've talked about sending like a second for Stafford straight up, right?
Yep.
Stafford in 302 for a 204. Where does that hit you?
I mean, I think it's kind of lateral. Like it really is just team dependent on what you need. Because I do think Stafford is probably valued at a second. You're giving me a 302. I think it's probably pretty fair. If I don't need a quarterback, which he mentioned he was in a QB horde already, I'm probably just going to take the flexibility in the 204. But on the other side, I can understand why you would want to make the bet on Stafford. Like I would want to take the bet over on Stafford over all the quarterbacks that you would essentially get in that range, like your Shadur, like your Milrow, all those guys. Like I'm going to take obviously Stafford over all those guys.
Yeah. I'm thinking 2-4. It could be, could be
Dart
Scadaboo.
won't be there. Yeah,
Dart won't be
Scadaboo,
there.
but Dart won't be there. Scadaboo probably it's his ADP, but I think he's been ascending a lot too in the drafts.
Yeah. Higgins,
like Burden,
Higgins, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. For maybe like Stafford and Harold Fannin, Stafford and
Yeah.
Arroyo, Stafford and, name your running back. Yeah. So that's probably pretty cool. But again, man, so let's just, so Stafford at 3-2. So, change that, add a 3-2 there, add a 2-4. Like, again, it's pretty sweet. When you look at this team, you got Caleb, May, and Purdy. I feel a lot better about sending away a Josh Allen on a team like that. Because guess what quarterback I can actually move is Josh Allen.
Yeah.
They have Neighbors, they have Tillman, Mims, Bucky, JT Sanders, and Theo at tight end. 1-2, 1-9, 1-10, 1-11, 2-2, 2-11, some thirds and fourths, and an extra 26 first and second. So again, you're coming out of a rebuild. You have the quarterback horde. You have all of that stuff. So you're going to want it to move your build forward. You're going to have to sell a quarterback, and you're probably going to have to sell a good one. So it has to be for a good return. So you basically take that Stafford, you tack on one of those extra thirds, you get a 2-4 out of it. I'm cool with that. And then, you're looking at Chuba, McBride. Yeah. Like, again, without context, I'm going to lean what you sent away. But knowing where your team is and what you have to do to get it from point A to point B, I think this is exactly probably what you have to do. So all things in totality, I will take the Kuski side here of the deals. But without context and without the horde, without everything else, that's where it's probably the other side for me. So good deal.
Yeah. Well, and I think, honestly, if I'm Kuski, I still think like there's more work to be done. And obviously I know that you know that, right? But I don't think you need Caleb, May, Purdy. Obviously there are guys that I love to have, right? Absolutely. I love to have them, but you don't need all three. I mean, who do you know to start week to week? Like right off the bat, week one, I'm for sure starting Purdy. Absolutely. I mean, he's the one that has consistently produced the most. May or Caleb, like week to week, you know who to start? No, man. And honestly, both of those guys have a lot of ADV in them. Looks like you need wide receivers. So Kuski, I'd be moving, man, one of those guys if I can for a comparable wide receiver. And then keep your picks, keep it moving. Obviously, now you have Chuba Hubbard, Bucky. And at that 102, you're probably going to grab Hampton, I would imagine, or Hunter if you're like Ty. So it really just kind of depends. But yeah, I would definitely start looking to see if you can down tier one of those quarterbacks or just sell them outright. And then if you ever need a quarterback too later on down the line, man, you've got enough picks where you can go buy one. Like if somebody is on a bye, if somebody gets injured for a week or two, like you have seconds, you have firsts, you can go buy yourself a spot start quarterback if you need it. So I don't think you need Caleb, May, and Purdy. That was the last thing that I just kind of wanted to add to the deal. But yeah, good deal, man, for both parties.
Gabe, on this team, are you sending Brock Purdy away for an AJ Brown?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think so. I think I would. I would send away AJ Brown or I would send away Brock Purdy for AJ Brown. Okay. Yeah.
And it's a little bit easier for you if it's one of like the younger guys like a JSN, a Drake London, a Lad McConkey, a Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, it's definitely easier for me if it's a younger guy, just knowing the youth on the team, right? I mean, AJ Brown obviously is more of a veteran, ready to go, gun for it type of player, where all of his guys, man, they're so young. Now that he moved Josh Allen and Stafford, I mean, this is a very youthful team. And so, yeah, if I can get one of the younger assets, absolutely, that's what I want to do. And obviously, I would start off at the top. Like I would try to get like a Drake London type. Probably gets rejected, but maybe you get a counter. But just look at the teams that need a quarterback. And then that's where I would be starting, man. I would just start sending it out. And if you can't get a wide receiver of that caliber, can you get a lower tier and a first, right? Or something of that line, like something like that, right? Could you just keep the ball moving forward? You don't need all the quarterbacks. Grab yourself another wide receiver, and I think your team is ready to go, especially after you make all your draft picks.
Yeah, I like that. And hey, if you can't get anywhere with Purdy, can you get Brian Thomas Jr. for Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Can you do something like that where again, like you might have to take like a tiny L, but your move is moving these quarterbacks for what you can move them for if you want to try to compete this year, or if you want to just keep the the quarterback horde rolling. But very interesting deals. Anything more on this one?
No, I was actually just looking at the ranking zone, like the tiers and whatnot. Caleb
Mhm.
Williams is in the same tier as Nico Collins.
Mm-hmm. And I know
Nico
that's a deal
Collins,
you'd
Ladd
make.
McConkey. I mean, guys like that. Hey, I'd be willing to make a bet like that if I had an excess at quarterback, I'd be willing to make that bet.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I said some good deals. Gabe, are we putting the phone down? Is this the art of the deal, or what are we doing here?
No, man, I think this is a good deal for both parties. Like I said, I mean, this is a art of the deal for sure.
Beautiful. Okay, Conja, bring us our next deal here. Let's go, Conj. Okay, 12 team start 10 Superflex PPR 1.5 tight end premium. It's a 6-point passing touchdown. So 0.15 point per carry. So okay, decent. It's not bad. A good amount of DD guys in this league. So some sharps, some people are going to be over their skis on Isaiah Likely. It's the ebb and flow of old DD.
Got to watch the DD guys, man. Got to watch the DD guys.
Got to. So Conja, first deal, he sends away his Justin Herbert and Jarquez Hunter. He gets Bryce Young and a 26 first and second from Clutch Sports here. So first deal, Herbert first and a second Herbert and Hunter for Young, a first and a second. Gabe, are you trading your Herbert for Young and a first? No context, no nothing.
Yeah. In a shallow league like this, I kind of want to lean Justin Herbert, but I will tell you, I think it's closer than I'm probably making it out to be.
That's probably fair. And we don't have context, but let's say that again, you're sending Herbert and Jarquez that first. Let's say it's middle of the road. It could be a top 6 pick. It could be a playoff pick. Like, you don't know. It's truly random first.
Yeah.
Does the mystery box appeal? Does that at least help you a little bit?
I'll tell you this, and shout out to Brandon, because I know we're always in the betting channel. I'm a gambling man, Ty. So I'm willing to take the gamble if I need to. If I know that could be anywhere from the 101 to the 112, I'm willing to take the gamble and see. Maybe it lands somewhere at the 106 range.
Anywhere from the 101 to the 112, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a first, yeah.
Exactly. It could be a first. It could be a first.
Love it. I'll take a straight second over Jarquez Hunter, but
easily.
Yeah. That I guess too easy. So I think some of that second is still there. So I mean, yeah,
I think it's good, man. I think this is a good deal overall. And we've talked about it before. And even in the league that we're in right now, Ty, like, we were rolling with Bryce Young as our QB1 just based on how the board fell. It was a snake draft. So obviously we would love to have had a Justin Herbert, but just the way that the team fell, the way that the players fell to us, we had Bryce Young as our QB1. And it wasn't something that I was overly concerned about, man. He's a guy that I really like. I'm really excited for what he can do this year. Obviously, at the end of the year, Ty, dude, he showed some great flashes. Oh, yeah. He showed some great flashes, and they just added another weapon for him in the first round. I'm excited, man, for Bryce Young. I really am. I really am excited for Bryce Young. And so, again, no context added. I think Bryce Young, a first and a second, I would do for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, absolutely. And then if Jarquez Hunter is what gets the deal done, it's what gets the deal done.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
man, I mean, I think with Young, with hopes and dreams comes expectations as well.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And we saw what happened early. He did turn it around end of the year. So, fingers crossed, our tribal chief, Roy McMillan, will come in and really help that offense move forward. But again, we got a second deal here from Conj.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends away Rashid Shaheed, not one, but 26 firsts. One of them is his own, and a 20. I believe that's one of his own, unless could be Scardy's first. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say. No, that's not it. But yeah, Shaheed, 26 firsts and a second for Drake London, DeAndre Swift, and Roshan Johnson.
Yeah.
So Drake London and 2 firsts, Gabe. Where does that hit you?
I think it's square. I lean Drake London, but I think it's square.
Okay. Shaheed for Swift. I'm assuming you want Shaheed.
Actually, I think I would take Swift.
Ooh. Talk to me.
Yeah.
It's just like he wasn't nuked in the draft and he's probably going to just be what he is?
Yeah, and I just don't know this. Yeah, for sure, right? So Chicago did nothing at the running back position to address it in the draft. So it's probably still going to be Swift, if I had to guess. Obviously, he's in a timeshare with Roshan Johnson, but Swift was really good, man. He definitely was really good last year. And Rashid coming back from an injury. Now he has Suge throwing him the ball. Just a lot of uncertainty in New Orleans, right? I don't know that I necessarily trust the offense, right? At least not right out the gate. And at the end of the day, man, it's still a 0.15 point per carry. Like DeAndre Swift is going to get those touches. And yeah, I think just in the grand scheme of things, I would just want DeAndre Swift over Shaheed, but I don't think it's far off.
No. I want a second over Roshan. And
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
far off. I think the totality of the package. I want Swift, London, and Roshan, man.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Like I said, I said I lean Drake London over 2 firsts, so there's a little bit of excess there. I want DeAndre Swift over Rashid Shaheed, and so does the second and Roshan close that gap? Sure. Like I said,
Sure.
Sure. So yeah, I agree. I'm going to take Drake London, Roshan, and DeAndre Swift.
Good job, Conja.
There you go.
Okay, so next deal. You failed me. A 12-team start 11 super flex. Start 3 running backs. Got a 0.5 point per carry. Got a 0.5 running back PPR. Got a 0.15 rushing first down and a 6-point passing touchdown. 2.0 tight end premium. You failed me. Sends away Jackson Dart, Quinshawn Judkins, and a 26 first. We get back Bijan Robinson and that 2027 third. Dude, Bijan, 12 by 11 lineup. That's a pretty penny. I like Jackson Dart. I like Quinshawn. I like first. You see where that first is, though? Shane says. Shane wanted some flexibility in this league. I have to get Bijan and Gibbs and the running back edge on everyone else. So you're adding Bijan to a Gibbs team. Trading away Dart, Quinshawn, and a first. It's a good deal, man. It's a good deal.
I think it's a really good deal for sure. For both parties. For both parties.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of cash out you want for a Bijan if you're trading them away.
Mm-hmm.
But you also get a Bijan in a third, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but on the other side of that too, Shane got nothing but youthful assets that can definitely ascend in value, and he's making really good bets, like guys that I would definitely want to bet on for ascension, if you will. Jackson Dart, man, again, he's climbing the rankings. They used a first round pick on him. I'm excited. I am excited at cost for Jackson Dart. Quinshawn Judkins, Cleveland. I mean, it's gonna all. I know people, when they drafted the other running back too, it was kind of like, well, we'll see. But I'm excited for Quinshawn. I think he's going to do really, really good in Cleveland. And then you get a 26 first. So yeah, I agree. I think if you break this down just from a value perspective, it's got to be a little bit over 3 firsts of value for Bijan Robinson. Right? I mean, you're taking Jackson Dart's for sure first because you have to use a first right now for him. Quinshawn Judkins a first because you have to use a first for him right now to draft him. And then a 26 first. So a little bit over 3 firsts for Bijan Robinson. So I think it's a square deal either way. Again, if I want flexibility and I need a quarterback, I'm going to take Jackson Dart, Quinshawn Judkins, and a 26 first. But if I don't need that, then I'm happy to take Bijan Robinson as well.
I think it's fair to assume that Bijan could be the piece that wins you a league straight up.
Absolutely.
Outright, he could do it.
Oh, yeah.
But also, it's a fact that Dart, Quinshawn Judkins, and the first all have that upward mobility that we talk about and seek out in these trades so much, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fantastic deal by these two. I like what Shane did, getting more flexible, getting the quarterback, running back, and a first. I like what you failed me did here, man. You get Bijan, you get that 27 third, you can patch a hole up down the line as you need, but you already have the running back advantage. So you're putting your finger, you're putting salt in the wound of
go.
Thank you. Of the rest of the league. So I like this one. And I mean, let's look at the format again, man. It's a 0.5 PPR for running backs. It's a 0.05 PPC, so not too much, but it's a start 3 running back. Mm-hmm. So getting Quinshawn back in this deal matters a lot more to me than it would in other deals.
Oh, yeah.
0.15 rushing first down, all that good stuff. So this is a great deal, man. Anything else on this one?
No, and I'm going back to your message just a second ago. If I'm Shane, I would not have accepted this deal without a running back in return, knowing how scarce and how much you have to start, right? At the end of the day, if it's a start 3 running back, there's 12 teams, that's 36. There's not 36 starting running backs usually, right? I
No,
mean,
there
yeah,
is
you
not.
have some that are RBBCs, but for the most part, there's not 36 starting running backs. So you absolutely needed to get one back in this deal. So yeah, no, good work, both of them. You failed me and Shane says.
Absolutely right. All right, here we go. Next one. Bring some MFL to the show, Gabe.
Ooh.
So yeah,
It's still active. I thought they were canning this thing.
I don't know, man. I heard they were making an app for MFL now, so I don't know,
Oh,
man.
God.
I truly don't know. We'll see. But Shepard 87 brings a 12-team Superflex PPR start 10, no tight end premium. So Tommy K and Naked Thunder. I don't know what side Shepard is, but we'll figure it out together. Tommy K traded away Drake May, Brees Hall, Kayshawn Booty, and Puka Nakua for Anthony Richardson, Omarion Hampton, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Ladarius McConkey.
Damn.
Some real nice pieces flying around here, Gabe. So let's cross some things off. And first things first, let's talk about Anthony Richardson. So
Oh God. Okay.
hurts his shoulder in mini camp or whatever we're in now, right? Like organized team activities, I don't even know, right?
Yeah. Kayshawn Booty or Anthony Richardson.
Literally, because again, now is the time to buy Richardson if you want. Like now is the time because it's going to be basement prices. We're in June and we're already projecting Daniel Jones to be the starter for this team, right? So Anthony Richardson he puts my mind in a pretzel sometimes. I want to find ways in Richardson that make sense on the right teams. Pretty much, can he be my quarterback 3 in best ball? That's where I want him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, man, like I am good on A-Rich. I was thinking back to a deal I made last year. I traded A-Rich away for David Montgomery, and I'd do that again today. Like I would not look back. So
Yeah.
when I look here, man, A-Rich, I don't want to have that be again, Kayshawn Boutte, A-Rich. I guess I'll take A-Rich, but that's not the point.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Omarion Hampton or Brees Hall?
I'm gonna say Hampton by a smidge, but I think it's very close. I think right now, current day, I think Hampton has a little bit more ADV than Brees Hall. I think people would be more willing to buy into Omarion Hampton than they would Brees Hall, just given how the season ended for Brees Hall, how the season was last year, just in totality, and everything else that's going on with the Jets offense right now. I think people would take Omarion Hampton over Brees Hall. But for me, it's a lot closer, and I would say it's almost a 1-for-1.
I like to think I'm in your camp. I'm looking at Fantasy Calc's positional and overall rankings here. So Brees Hall, 10th overall running back, 48th overall player.
Yep.
Hampton, 5th overall running back and 29th overall player. Gabe, I feel like we are discounting what Najee Harris is in that offense. And yes, I want first round running backs. Hear me clearly. Those are the pieces. Like if you haven't listened to last Shane says, go back and listen to that about how good these first round running backs are from a production hit, whatever rate you want to throw in there. First round running backs are dope. But man, what are we doing here where we're already propping him up to running back 5? Come on, man.
And this is where the people's expectations don't get met, and then they get sad, and then it's just, yeah.
Yeah, go listen to last week's show for expectations on these rookies and how we can get way too far over our skis, man. But listen, I kind of used the same argument on a previous show here, but Hampton, again, I like him in the Chargers offense. He's there till 2029, depending on what they do with his 5th-year option, right? Brees Hall, we don't like the situation in New York, sure. His contract, this is a contract year. So what happens when contract years? People ball out typically.
They get
and
forced.
What are we going to be? What are we going to talk about all offseason if he doesn't resign?
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
Right. So I'm a lot closer to. Again, I guess in general in Dynasty it's Hampton over Brees, but I'm fine to cross that off personally.
But I go back to that, right? I mean, again, I mentioned it was Hampton over Brees slightly, but there's a world, man, where Brees Hall is going to outscore him. And I think people are discounting what Najee Harris is in that offense. And at the end of the day, Brees Hall really doesn't have much competition. I mean, who knows what it looks like now with Justin Fields, right? But maybe Justin Fields opens it up, man, because obviously now they have to worry about a rushing quarterback along with the rushing with the running back. And then they also have to worry about, Garrett Wilson. And, like there's definitely a path for Brees Hall to continue to ascend. And I think if he does spike a couple of weeks at the very beginning, he'll probably jump back up, man. I mean, this was a guy that was running back 1, running back 2, right?
Yeah.
And now he had 1 down season and he's running back 10. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
And if that's not a cautionary tale for any of these running backs, any of them,
Mhm.
because Brees Hall was the love child of the Dynasty community. And yes, he had a knee injury and then he didn't bounce back all the way. It's like, come on, man. So, yeah. So putting that one aside, okay?
Yep. Okay.
Puka Nacua or Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm leaning Puka. I feel like Dynasty value-wise, people could feel one way or the other. I feel like if Puka has another injury, I think, and if Marv starts hot, I think that's where things could flip or at least be even. But where are you at? Puka
Nacua and Marv. Yeah, I want Puka. I mean, for sure. I want Puka. And I think that gap is pretty much the gap between Brees Hall and Hampton for me. Because I think from a points perspective, Puka Nacua is going to outscore Marvin Harrison. People like Marvin Harrison Jr., but let me tell you, they also gave up on him really damn quick. I mean, really quick. People have started to throw in the towel that it's just, Kyler Murray's not that good, or, Kyler Murray's more of a random, type of quarterback and Marvin Harrison needs more structure, whatever it is, right? Whatever people were sitting there saying for routes and different things like that. Like, I'm going to take Puka Nacua over Marvin Harrison.
Okay. So Brees Hall and Puka for Hampton and Marv.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair enough for me.
Okay. Perfect. Drake May or Ladd McConkey?
Drake May.
Yeah. Drake May. Yeah. You add in Booty and Richardson. That doesn't change that math for me. It's still a little Booty. I want Drake May.
Booty.
I want Brees Hall. I want Puka Nacua personally. But again, Richardson, Hampton, Harrison, and Ladd. Like, it's not a bad deal.
Dope. Yeah, it's a lot of hopium. I feel like.
Yeah,
a lot of hopium. Obviously, outside of Ladd McConkey.
We figured it out together. This is we're on Tommy's side. We're on the Brees Hall side here. So
there we go.
He was weak at quarterback. He had Penix and Caleb as his others. So now he has Drake May. So May, Penix, Caleb. Okay, right?
Pretty good.
You and I, we play a little slimmer at quarterback 3, I think, than the general public. So you have another move you can make. And I hope you see how getting a Drake May on this team makes you so much more flexible and comfortable trading away someone like a Penix or a Caleb or even a May if the right deal comes along. So good work there. Running backs now, Brees, Bijan, Pollard, let's go. We got Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Drake London, and Puka Nacua, Jonnu, and Tyler Warren at tight ends. Good work, Shepard. This is dope. Good way to package up some of that hopium, some of that ADV, some of the stuff you just spent capital on. You get off the Richardson headache. You get in some good ass players. Anything else on that one?
No. I think you broke it down perfectly.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaking this down perfectly, I'm going to need you to lead the charge here on this last one. So, Boyan, my guy Boyan. This is my first commissioned league in Dynasty. It's called Full Time Job. So it's my home league. It's a 12-team start 10, half PPR, super flex. We just went up to 0.75 tight end premium this year. So shout out to the league for evolving. Ty, I'm going to make you talk about this one. Well, Boyan, I'm going to make Gabe talk about this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Boyan's retooling. I'm contending. We're going into the 6th year of the league. 6th year of the league. No, 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going into the 6th year of the league. Yes. No, 5th year. 5th year of the league. I've won it twice. My wife has won it twice. So, we've
shout out to the Declare family over there,
bro. The Declare McDonald family is holding this damn thing down.
Yeah.
So on the surface of this deal for everyone listening, right? So 12 teams start 10. Okay. It is Justin Jefferson and Jalen Milroe being acquired for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trevor Etienne, a 26 second, a 26 third, a 26 fourth, and a 26 fifth, all belonging to me. Okay. We'll get into team stuff in a bit here, right? But the contending roster getting Jefferson, Milroe, a rebuilding roster getting a slew of picks, Amon-Ra, Etienne. I like the idea of going from Jefferson to ARSB. You're going wide receiver 2 or 3 to wide receiver 5 or 6, right? Like whatever you want to break that down. Yes, Amon-Ra is getting a knee scope. I'm not worried on Amon-Ra, but
not at all.
What I find, Gabe, in this league, it's not low activity, but you have to get the right managers to send you the right deals to get something done, right? And in those kind of leagues, when there is negative news on a guy, sometimes I like to try to sell that because people might think, oh, maybe I can get something. I can get one over on someone. And so
Yeah.
if I can say, oh, you know what, I'm going to give up on Amon-Ra, right, and just get into Justin Jefferson. That's where I kind of want to use some of that and maybe bring a deal forward. But I need you, Boyne, I might talk about it a little bit, but I need you to talk about this one on the surface here, okay? Jefferson, Milroe, Amon-Ra, Trevor Etienne, 26 second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume it's start 12 or
Start
12
10.
team. Sorry, 12
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, 12 team, start 10.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, I think this is a great deal for both of you guys. I think this is definitely a great deal for both of y'all. To your point, Justin Jefferson for Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm going to have Justin Jefferson over Amon-Ra. But you could probably get me there, man, with a 26 second. Like, again, depending on what I need, what my team needs, if I'm wanting to down tier and acquire an extra pick or two, I'm okay to do to go from Justin Jefferson to Amon-Ra in a second. Like, I would be okay with that. Again, to your point, like, Amon-Ra is technically, I think, a year younger than Justin Jefferson, right? So you are getting a little bit of youthfulness back if that's what you're looking for. But from a points per game perspective, I mean, the dudes are right there neck and neck. I mean, they are literally right there neck and neck. I was looking back at it. There's a couple where Justin Jefferson was wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and then Amon-Ra was like wide receiver 3. So like they're all going to be very, very close from a points per game perspective. So I don't really see that as a loss, if you will. I think just ADV wise, Justin Jefferson does have the name cachet a little bit more than Amon-Ra. And so for that reason, I would take Justin Jefferson 1 for 1. But with the second, it's square for me. Like I'm happy to take either side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jalen.
And
go ahead.
I was just going to say, so that's kind of how we got to this point too. Cause we were going back and forth a bit, and I've been trying to get Jefferson off Boyan for 2 fiscal calendar years. Like it's been a hot minute for me trying to get a deal done. But at my counter before this, I think it was literally Amon-Ra in a second for Jefferson. And from Boyan's perspective, it was like, man, Jefferson is one of those top 5 elite assets. And yes, Amon-Ra is cool, but he's just not there. So if I'm moving Jefferson, it really needs to make sense for me. So, okay.
Yeah, and like I said, and I think that's really what it is just the name cachet of it all. You see Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra St. Brown, and it's like, oh yeah, Amon-Ra's cool. But that guy, Justin Jefferson, he's elite.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Either way, though. And then it just Milroe for Trevor Etienne, a third, a fourth, a fifth. I mean, I like Jalen Milroe. And obviously they just got Sam Darnold, so we'll kind of see. But there is a path for him to become a starter. There, again, Sam Darnold goes and gets injured or just starts throwing clunkers out there, and it could be Jalen Milroe, right? Like you never know, right? But I'll tell you, the cost of acquisition, though, for a backup quarterback is usually around a third, right? Once we're in season, if somebody gets injured and it's like, oh, I need a spot start on this Jacoby Brissett, Jameis Winston, whatever, it's usually going to be around a third to give you a week or two, right? Like that's usually the cost of acquisition. And right now, Jalen Milroe is going in the third anyway. So I would be okay to kick the can down the road, give me the 3, 4th, and 5th, and I can just take a couple extra darts, and then I just get Trevor Etienne, which really doesn't mean anything to me in the grand scheme of things. So from that perspective, again, I mean, I think it's a square deal, both sides. If I had to, quote unquote, lean aside, I would probably lean Boyan. But literally, it's like 99, like it's right there. Like they're right there, neck and neck.
Yeah. And I think it's what ended up getting the deal. I was like, let's give you the picks. You're retooling. You want it. Like, let me give you the picks. I'll take back that Milroe, sure. If I have to take a small loss, okay, we get the deal done. We're good. Right. And on Boyan's team, he had Caleb, Dart, Shuck, and Rattler. Right. So Milroe,
Dart, yeah. Okay.
I guess he fit in there, but it's really not. It's a long dart bet anyways, right? Running back, he has Hampton, Charbonnet, Benson, and some trash. So needs to work on the running back. He gets another running back body in ETN, sure. Wide receiver, he's got London. Now he has Amon-Ra, Tet McMillan, the Bucks McMillan. So all the McMillans are on his team. But at tight end, he has Bowers and Strange. He has 2 26 firsts. He has a second and a fourth, 2 seconds, 2 fourths, and a 26 third. So He's got a lot of capital. He's got a decent young team. Like he's gonna retool. He's gonna build it up. Right. On my end, I have Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. I have Saquon Barkley, CMC, James Conner. I have Jefferson, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Ibuka, Hunter. Yeah, I have McBride. I have Ingram. I have no picks left in 26, but I have a pretty decent squad. So,
oh yeah, just a pretty decent team. Yeah, just it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, quick story
I can
time.
see
30-second story time. Oh, sorry, 30-second story time. So, in this league, we have a clause where if someone wins the league 3 years in a row, we restart it.
Like an empire almost.
I was going for my third win, and my wife beat me in the final. So now
I bet you that was an awkward time in the household.
Yeah, it was weird not talking to your wife for a week and a half. No, I'm kidding, but no. So I'm out for the revenge tour now. So we're here to shut this league down. But no.
Well, I can definitely understand as to how you're winning 3 years in the last 5 years. So that would make sense with that team. So yeah, no, I mean, I think this is great work by both of you guys. Like I said, honestly, it's square. It really is just a take your pick. If you need the flexibility, cool. If you don't, cool. Like it's a good deal for both of y'all. It's a good deal for both of y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Point, for sending that in. Making me talk about my own deal. Damn it.
Yeah.
But no, appreciate it, man. And yeah, Gabe, we made it through another one. So, yeah, I don't know if you have any other house updates for the people or anything else or any final thoughts on this show, but another AGTS in the book. So thank you, my friend.
Yeah, no, I think I'll hold the update for the house for maybe next show. Just waiting to get everything finalized for sure before we do anything. But no, man, a lot of good stuff happening. Like I said, we're getting ready to go and tour some houses right now. So again, just another busy weekend for your boy Gabe. But otherwise, no, okay, just keep grinding away. Again, obviously the theme of the show was the subsequent deals, right? And so sometimes it may not look pretty that first deal, but I can tell you can always make it up in the next deal. Sometimes deals don't look great at the very beginning, but then you look at it 6 months later and you're like, oh, that was actually a great deal that I made. So don't be afraid to send out offers, guys. Like I said, you never know what you're getting yourself into, and some of these deals look better and better later on down the line.
The next few shows is going to be Gabe just looking at us from his phone here because he's on the road, he doesn't have a house or something, but we'll get there.
We'll do a mobile all gas trade show. Look at that.
I like that.
My wife's going to be driving in the car with the baby in the background, and we're just going to be talking through trades.
Yeah, she would absolutely love that. But I would absolutely love if you found this actual entertaining. Anywhere in between, hit like, hit subscribe, stick around a while, become a member. Let's drop some sweatpants in the chat for some good subsequent deals. Gabe, I thought we were going to have to come in here, tell people to put the phone down, but no, this is the art of the subsequent deal. So I like this a lot. Good work, everybody. Thanks for bringing us some dope-ass trades this week, but we added this thing. So, DDFFB, hit like, hit subscribe. DD Fantasy Football. Use the codes in the link below, or the description below. Get in the Discord, become a member. Patreon.com/allgas, Underdog.com/allgas. And make sure you stick around for everything that DDFFB has dropping for you. Stick around for the mailbag, stick around for DDS, stick around for Destination Chill. Destination Chill. Yeah, Sunday night. So stick around. We got everything popping for you. We love y'all. We added this thing. Peace.